Piedmont Triad area weather. Still a good deal of cloudiness coming our way for today, and highs are being held down into the low 70s. We do have a chance for a couple of showers, especially early today, and then another chance for showers and a few thunderstorms for tonight. Scattered activity coming our way tomorrow. Overnight low at 65, our Saturday high at 80. Small in chances for wet weather moving our way for Sunday, more sun, and our high near 85. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
Afternoons just got better with more guests, more opinions, and more laughs. The Dan Patrick Show.
Todd, don't even act like you're thinking of a guest.
I was going to say Steve Carlton.
No, you're not. No.
Steve Carlton.
You're not involved in this.
Is any of them wearing number
Why
11?
don't you read your mean tweets over there?
Clayton Kershaw.
I'm not going to try to say that.
Shabafia. No, it's not him.
Sandy Koufax.
That guy's the worst.
The Dan Patrick Show. This afternoon at 2 on WSJS.
Uh-oh. Hear that creak? You know what I mean. Your garage door's groan signals trouble ahead. Ignoring it could lead to costly repairs or even accidents. But don't worry. Precision Garage Door has your back with their Safe and Sound package. Enjoy a 25-point safety inspection, performance tweaks, lubrication, and a detailed diagnostic report, all for just $79. Keep your garage smooth and secure. Visit PrecisionDoorNC.com today. That's PrecisionDoorNC.com.
People love a lot of things nowadays. Why, just the other day, I heard someone say they love their morning coffee. Now, the Twin City Thunderbirds? That's something worth loving. With an opening for an experienced salesperson, it's your chance to join a top-notch team in the Federal Prospects Hockey League. Sell family fun, community spirit, and build business partnerships. The time is now. Contact Carrie Ross at cross@tcbirds.hockey.
Good morning, Triad, and welcome to the Daily Pulse with Steamin' Back.
Now you see me, now you don't want to talk, but I bet you won't.
Your front row seat to the voices, issues, and energy driving the Triad.
Let me calm down. Let me take it easy on, take it easy on.
Get ready to dive into the stories that matter most, the headlines shaping your day, the conversations everyone's having, and the local perspective you won't hear anywhere else.
Hold up, wait, breathe.
The Daily Pulse starts now on WSJS.
The Panthers owner is calling his shot. I'm not. Today, we'll actually revisit my enveloped over-under picks for the Carolina Panthers' upcoming season. It's the Daily Pulse, and we're here on a Friday. You made it. So did I. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Be here till 10. Tomorrow, back again as well, even though it's on a Saturday, with Waking Up Proud, 9 to 11 here on the News Talk and Sports Station, all throughout the Triad. And by then, we may be dried out a little bit. Nice to have, again, though, 70s right here in the midst of late summer. That's a bit abnormal, but maybe some of you are like probably my kiddos and my wife, ready to get back out to the pool. Get last bits of summer in before it's too late. And I think we're going to get our chance as we move deeper into this weekend. Speaking of summer activities, though, here in the state, out on our coastline, there's one area of beach strand where folks, they need a flea collar if they want to try to get out to the ocean. I've never heard that this could be a possibility, and it's not even potentially the type of flea that you're even thinking about. So I'll share more details on that and some more nature updates, actually, even after we had the bear yesterday that was just hanging out. I hope you guys were able to, if you didn't catch that here on the Daily Pulse yesterday, I hope you've seen that on a video or a picture. If you haven't, go Google it, because still that is one of the craziest, strangest things I've seen in a long while. Coming up here this morning as well, I'm excited to welcome back some friends of the program. Derek and Caitlin Dry were members of the season, I think it was 22, of The Voice on Team Blake. And they, at that time, really sprung onto the scene. Here back at home in the Triad, they've been around. They've been a thing. This is their home. This is where their roots were started. This is where their music careers began. But now they are a country husband-wife duo. They do all sorts of stuff with Dolly Parton. They've toured with different people. They've got really some very good hit songs. Dolly Wood Actually, a play on words there is one of their biggest ones. So they're going to come hang out with us again today. Got another really cool concert opportunity for you to go and check them out. Some of their friends here in the Triad coming up shortly. So excited to welcome them in with those details. Before we get to that and more, don't forget at Stephen Beck TO, at WSJS Radio. Follow those. Our phone line's open as well, 336-777-1600. Right now, let's get it all kicked off with your latest headlines.
Pulse check. It's what's happening right now.
I referenced the rain showers that we had really all day yesterday. Crazy numbers in a way, because parts of the Triad reached up to as many as 8 inches of rain. I think the pictures of people having 7-inch rain gauges, the water level for those was just all the way up to the top. But despite that, what I found interesting is that state officials still reporting rainfall deficits exceeding 20 inches in some areas. 82 counties are classified in severe, extreme, or exceptional drought conditions still. Josh Stein is seeking enforceable data center power rules. Duke Energy signed a federal pledge under which data centers would obtain and pay for their additional electricity and infrastructure, while Josh Stein wants Duke to make that promise enforceable before the NC Utilities Commission, through a separate large user rate structure, gets this thing fully underway. Based on unofficial fiscal year results, the NC Education Lottery has estimates out of how much money they've generated. That's $1.14 billion for education. It's the 4th consecutive year, they say, that they've been above $1 billion. This is right now an estimate, not a final audited figure, though. They want to make sure of that. We had mentioned to you guys yesterday that the Panthers, along with the Arizona Cardinals, first 2 NFL teams to really get things underway officially with their veteran players. That's because they get that additional preseason action. They get the Hall of Fame game that's first to kick off for the whole Hall of Fame festivities and the weekend ahead. Really cool because Luke Kuechly is a Hall of Famer, and he by far is, I would argue, one of my top 3 favorite Carolina Panthers players in the history of that franchise. Wish he was still out there. And I think the Panthers fans agree with me on that, especially given the circumstances from yesterday. Now, before bad news, maybe we'll start good news. Bad news, good news. Well, Christian, I'll let you take a pick. You a bad news fan first or a good news fan first?
Rip the Band-Aid off, man. Get the bad news out.
Do the bad news first. Well, then this will take a half a second. The bad news side of things is they've already lost a player. 1 day of training camp practice, one guy already out for the season. Nick Scourton, second-year edge rusher, linebacker, went down during drills yesterday. You start getting all the tweets. Scourton down. And alongside of those tweets, definitely mentions of the whole team stopping their drills and practice, coming over. He's on a cart. Everybody kind of consoling him. He's crying. It's not good. I mean, when you see all that, it's clearly not going to be something that's good. Later, it was confirmed that Scourton tore his ACL and now out for the season. Now, second-year guy, they just brought in Devin Lloyd. They just brought in Jalen Phillips, really big names on the defensive side to add to this whole unit that I felt like coming into this season is, again, by far and away, their calling card. The Panthers, as much as I would like them to be forward-thinking, offensive-minded, go with the rest of the league, yes, have a solid defense, but let's take notes again off of what occurred last year in your Super Bowl contenders. That was top 10 defenses for both the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. But believe it or not, I believe they both had top 5 offenses. You got to put up points in this league. I think while the whole story this offseason with the LA Rams is that they go out and get a guy like Myles Garrett, and that's adding and bolstering the defense, I still think a Matt Stafford-led offense, Puka Nacua, the other targets that he has, Kyron Williams, they're going to put up points. You got to do that. And I just had said that the Panthers coming into this season, Taylor Moton news being a part of this, they're already below the league average in points per game. So you got to fall back on that defense really hard. Got to force other teams 3 and outs, make the games ugly, force turnovers, and hold on and hope from there. Now they're out one of their defensive players who last year played all 17 games, had 47 tackles, came off the edge with 5 sacks. So Icky first, that's an offensive lineman, still undetermined whether or not he'll make it back. J.C. Horn has a cut in his foot, your top cornerback, that is, on the back end. Not practicing right now. Good news there, though, is that he's like, okay, yeah, guys, I will be back. I'm coming. It's okay. Taylor Moton news, we shared the blood clot stuff. So uncertainty there on the offensive line. Now you got a rookie, Monroe Freeling. You got to spring right into action, buddy. And then this as well, just now, first practice in, Nick Scourton out. There might be some options that you could go out and get in free agency right now. Dave Canales was asked about this yesterday, although I'll say his response here prior to knowing Scourton's full injury and knowing that he's going to be out for the season.
We got guys. That's why we keep bringing in depth and talent and different guys. You know, it's Jalen Phillips in that room. Pat Jones is back, and Princely's coming along, and we got a whole group of guys that we're counting on. And so, you know, if it comes to that, we have guys that we trust, and we're going to ask to do different things. But let's hold off on that until we know what's going on.
Blah, 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 blah. That's coach speak. We got guys, yeah, well, next man up mentality. And I hear that a lot. And while you would like to think that is what the mentality needs to be, has to be with the players on your roster, the truth is, you can only lose so many guys before you're really just like Santa Claus on Christmas Eve trying to pull something out of a bag and hope that it's a gift. What I revisit here are my over-under picks, because if you don't know the story here, Daily Pulse, Waking Up Proud, love to talk sports, get into this, and over-under for the Carolina Panthers season was set by sports books early at 6.5. So what I did was I decided I'm going to go ahead and pick these games. I'm going to slap this bad boy in an envelope, and it's not to be opened again prior to the end of the Panthers regular season. I just want to see kind of how close I could get. Now, while that's my mentality, and I'm going to revisit that with you here in a second, the owner of the team, this is all also happening simultaneously where Tepper Entertainment and Sports are announcing a really good agreement with the city, all these new upgrades for the Bank of America Stadium. I've seen the renderings that were out. I'll give them kudos, for taking an arena that was constructed 92, early 90s. I'm not sure. It's not in front of me at the moment. I'll look it up. But the renderings of what they've been able to add to that, a lot of money, but being able to do that as opposed to what other teams are doing. Kansas City's a good example. Buffalo, I've seen some images out from theirs. These are like completely newly built stadiums that they're having to construct. So I actually do applaud that Tepper, his team, has come up with a way at Bank of America to just fix it, make it better, improve it without having to start completely fresh. And so at the event where they're having a nice roundtable discussion about this, Tepper was asked his outlook given that they're in the training camp for this upcoming season.
How do you feel going into training camp, Peter?
Like we have a championship team.
That's real quick. I'll play it again for you, kind of hard to hear.
How do you feel going into training camp, Peter?
Like we have a championship team.
Think we have a championship team. I don't think so. Let's revisit my Pulse pick here. I got over under 6.5 for the Panthers season, and I took the Panthers enveloped up. Again, I just, off of my memories, we'll reopen. We'll see how this goes. But I took the Panthers for 6 wins. And that pick, I would argue, looking better by the day, given what we've already talked about here with the injuries. All right, we'll take our break. When we come back, I've got a few animal stories for you. One here off of our coast, another one that is national attention. And man, my parents would probably disown me if I didn't get to that. So you'll be a part of this latest story coming up next if you stay with us here on a new Daily Pulse.
Get ready for a night of stories, soul, and the songs that shaped American rock.
Little ditty about Jack and Diane.
John Mellencamp brings his Dancing Words Tour, The Greatest Hits, to True Lion Amphitheater, Charlotte, this Thursday night, July 30th. Listen to WSJS for your chance to win and enter online at WSJS.com.
I was born in a small town.
John Mellencamp, this Thursday night, True Lion Amphitheater, Charlotte.
Shinedown returns. Dance Kid Dance, Act 2. The party continues July 26th at Spectrum Center, Charlotte, with special guests Skillet. And From Ashes to New,
Drag me to
Shinedown.
can happen in a year.
Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown Live, presented by Live Nation.
Since 1927, Black Sand Company has been the Triad's go-to for new construction and landscaping products. They make your projects a breeze with supplies like decorative stone, playground materials, and more. From gravel and mulch to topsoil and sand, they've got it all. For residential or commercial needs, choose the best. Black Sand Company. Visit blacksandco.com or stop by 745 West Clemensville Road in Winston-Salem and discover how they bring loads of fun to your landscaping dreams.
Biscuit King in High Point and Lexington serves the enormous, delicious, award-winning biscuits. Made from scratch and filled up with whatever you like best. Today's special is a spicy chicken biscuit for only $3.69. Biscuit King. Delivery and online ordering available through BiscuitKingLex.com.
Child abuse is not a bad parent problem.
Keeping families out of crisis in the first place
is how we prevent it from ever happening.
Go to preventchildabuse.org and
let's solve child abuse before it ever happens.
So this new dose is... nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
We are here for you.
WSJS doesn't just broadcast your message. We drive it home. Our listeners are always tuned in, whether they're commuting or unwinding. Transform our loyal listeners into your loyal customers. With WSJS, your brand becomes a part of their daily routine. We deliver frequency, familiarity, and results. Don't let your brand get lost in the noise. Let's make your message unforgettable. Visit WSJS.com and click on Advertise with Us.
The Daily Pulse with Stephen Back. The soundtrack to your day in the Triad. Blending headlines, opinions, and local flavor.
Great to have you back with us here on a Friday on the Daily Pulse. Christian jumped into action for me, and I appreciate him having my back here. The Panthers closed out the brand new Bank of America Stadium in '96. So I was a little ahead of my time, and that makes sense too. They play in those first games at Clemson prior to getting all this situated. Yesterday, announcing Tepper Entertainment that they were closing their final details of fixing up that stadium, and like I said, I think that better route than just completely having to start from scratch. Kansas City completely moving out of Kansas City to have their new stadium. Although, let me just add, inside of the new Buffalo Bills stadium that they're set to open is hard to describe this. I should have grabbed a picture, but it's a large scale folding table that is a part of the structure. And if you know the Buffalo Mafia, they're jumping off of vehicles before games, tailgating, or just looking to do backflips and front flips down onto folding tables, the crazy crew that they have outside there in New York. So I thought that was a nice little touch, though, a nice little nod to what they have going on. This is not the right time to probably find out if you're waking up this morning, having recently visited Surf City, and you kind of feel like something's crawling all over you. You're itching a little bit. You're not imagining things. It's not that suntan that you just ended up with that's got you itching. It might be that you went across the Surf City 25 beach access point and ended up walking away with fleas. Real fleas we're talking about here. They temporarily closed that beach access point after a report on July 14th, where town staff went and inspected the area, confirmed fleas are in fact present. Began treatment immediately, but officials say that these are common fleas. You hear sand fleas. Actually, little side note, me being a coastal angler, sand fleas, great bait for sheep's head. If you dangle those bad boys down along columns and rock areas and different things, sand fleas. That's a little pointer for me this morning. But these are real fleas. That's nuts. Hanging out at the beach? The insects are described as the type commonly on household pets. And the town has now determined that they got to treat this. They start sprinkling out pesticides. But the sad or strange area to this story is they're not really sure how the fleas got there and the infestation began in the first place. So while all that's going on here in North Carolina, Surf City, the other animal story, two left here, one with a video, one that has been more of a national icon. And I can't believe I'm just now getting to this because my parents, they sit and watch these videos quite often, really. There's a large scale group of people, you might be one of them, that finds yourself scanning YouTube looking for bald eagles that are out at California's Big Bear Lake. My parents are some of those. And one of those eagles named Jackie is in critical condition right now. She was the adult female eagle that is receiving intensive treatment, they say, at the Ojai Raptor Center. Jackie, that is, and Shadow is the male. Plus, they have a couple of small eaglets, and this is what people like sit around and really get into their story. What are they doing? How young are they? Can they fly yet? I've sat there and, watched them pick at sticks for half an hour with my parents because it is eerily calming in a way. It's like, this is a cool, unique firsthand view. I guess I didn't have a lot going on that day, and neither did they. But Jackie was found recently on the ground after she disappeared from her nest. People started getting really worried about this because they're watching these eagles like night and day, probably watching them like a hawk would watch things. Witnesses later found that Jackie was struggling near Big Bear Lake, unable to fly. She reportedly had been in a confrontation with younger eagles. Witnesses reported seeing her in that altercation. Veterinarians discovered after this that Jackie has severe anemia and a kidney inflammation. So she's right now received a blood transfusion. They're watching her, looking at test results really closely. Veterinarians can't yet predict whether she'll recover, whether she won't. You got a whole group of an audience of people out there that are just waiting on the edge of their seats, trying to find out whether or not Jackie will be okay. Shadow, they are saying, though, has remained right now near the family's nesting territory. But man, that's kind of sad because they do. I think as a family, those two eagles stay together forever. So I'm sure he's like looking around, wondering what in the world has happened here. Now, I would be having that reaction if I were these FedEx workers in a local facility that I just saw from this animal news yesterday.
What you gonna do with this big thing?
I got a thing for him at the house.
How big is he now?
Possibly about 6 feet. I don't know yet.
Those are screams of FedEx workers from our video we just shared of an iguana in a live box that just showed up in shipping. Crazy stuff from animals. Still here on the Daily Pulse. We'll be back next after our news on WSJS.
Set sail with Sunnyside Winds on WSJS and plunder a chest of great prizes. Chart your course to treasure at WSJS.com. Tickets to see John Mellencamp, Brian Adams with Pat Benatar, and James Taylor. Shiver Me Timbers. More loot is waiting with Win More at WSJS.com. All hands on deck for tickets to see Evanescence, Toto with the Romantics and Christopher Cross, and John Fogerty with Steve Winwood. The loot is waiting. Drop anchor at WSJS.com.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Piedmont Triad area weather. Still a good deal of cloudiness coming our way for today, and highs are being held down into the low 70s. We do have a chance for a couple of showers, especially early today, and then another chance for showers and a few thunderstorms for tonight. Scattered activity coming our way tomorrow. Overnight low at 65, our Saturday high at 80. Small in chances for wet weather moving our way for Sunday, more sun, and our high near 85. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
Yeah, let's find some fun.
Christian's got the guide, the triad's wide. Planning your week with a rhythmic stride. From every local corner to the morning heat, the Triad Today calendar makes it complete. Get the details, get the plan. WSJS.com. WSJS.com.
You'll taste it and love it.
It's time for Foster Hobbs Coffee Roasters. Their specialty roasted beans offer pure, rich flavor, avoiding the plastic. Foster Hobbs Coffee Roasters, because your day deserves the best start. Get to their roastery for expert care and advice at 205 Neal Place in High Point. If you can't get to the store, shop online anytime.
You'll taste it and love it
at fosterhobbs.com.
Feel the rush of the stadium and the roar of the crowd. The crowd's roar electrifies the air for Charlotte FC. A deft pass, a thrilling sprint, and a goal that ignites the night. The pitch is alive on WSJS and WSJS.com. Feel the energy and hear the drama this Saturday night as Charlotte FC visits the New York Red Bulls.
Only one queen at the top of the mountain.
All hail the crown on WSJS and WSJS.com.
The Daily Pulse, the sound of the Triad amplified. Your front row seat to the voices, issues, and energy driving the Triad.
Break in my waist, I don't play with the fakes.
Back to the Daily Pulse with Stephen Back.
Stretching things out here. Friday, we made it, guys. But the weekend ahead here, waking up proud. Be back tomorrow with me, 9 to 11. So come hang out. That'll be fun. Rest of this half hour. Let's not forget about that, too. We've got coming up here in just a second, the Dries, friends of the program, Caitlin and Derek, great people, and excited that they're coming actually back to the Triad again. They live in Nashville now, had their initial starts in music here in the Triad. And so always a special occasion when we can get them to come back and spend some time in the area. Also here in just a few, what do you know about Comic-Con? It is kicking off. So if you don't know much about it, join the club. I don't either, but we're going to find out together. So that'll be exciting here in just a little bit. First, though, let's get everybody reset with the latest headlines.
Let's go.
We've had a lot of rain. That's to say the least. Part of you listening have maybe even had as much as 8 inches of rain over the course of a day and a half or so here. That's still not enough to make up for the drought that we had. We can't make it all back in one day. So I was interested to find out from state officials that they say rainfall deficits still exceed in many areas 20 inches. 82 counties still classified now in severe, extreme, or exceptional drought levels. Josh Stein working with Duke Energy to try to set forward enforceable rules around data center and electricity. Duke Energy signed a federal pledge under which data centers would obtain and pay for their additional electricity and infrastructure usages. Cherry Point lands a $487 million aircraft facilities contract. Naval Facilities Engineering Systems Command awarded the contract for F-35 and CH-53K repair facilities at Marine Corps Air Station, Cherry Point. We're getting into fall, which is actually a great time for music, getting out and hanging out outside, doing things with friends to tailgate and just enjoy not only the weather, but then often, concerts are a cool venue for that, but maybe some sporting events and stuff thrown in there. Now, part of that, though, I am actively plugged in. We have something called the Proud Panthers podcast, where I'm covering exclusively all things High Point University basketball. Excited to be able to share more of that with you guys soon. I mean, some stuff really cool that's going to be rolling out. You can actually catch some conversations I've already had with players on that program I already aforementioned, like Waking Up Proud on Saturdays. But this is a team that we're talking about has just won the Big South for the second straight year in a row, made the NCAA tournament for a second straight year in a row, and beat Wisconsin. Played down tooth and nails right there with Arkansas in last year's NCAA tournament. You don't want to miss out on tickets. High Point University basketball has a venue in the Quabain Center that you'll rarely find anywhere else across the landscape of college basketball. And this season, you can experience that with your friends, with your family. Come out, cheer on the Panthers as they battle for more championships and they defend that home court that they've been really good at. Got some impressive home games this year, including Washington State. George Mason going to play Southern Miami as well. Miami of Ohio, I should say. So really great opportunity for you to grab your tickets now. They're online, tickets.highpointpanthers.com. Again, that's tickets.highpointpanthers.com. You can get those, wear some purple, go out and cheer on the High Point University Panthers. Great to sit down with some friends of the program, Caitlin and Derek, as they have a really cool concert that you can be a part of. Go and hang out as well, tailgate a little bit right here in the Triad. Joining us here on the Daily Pulse on WSJS, a good friend of the programs, The Dries, Caitlin back with us, and this time she's brought along Derek as well, so it's great having you guys rejoin us. Hope things are going well. We've got something, though, that's really special to talk about with you today, and that's coming up August 8th. You guys are looking forward to an event in Winston-Salem in the Triad. It is Boots and Vines Fest out at Old Home Place Vineyard. Caitlin, Derek, welcome back home to the Triad. Looking forward to you guys being back with us.
Yeah, we're excited.
We really are, especially about this show. It's an outdoor venue that we love. We always do our Christmas shows there, and we just figured we'd switch it up,
Yeah, do something outside and make it an all-day thing with some great music and great friends.
Yeah, Caitlin, I think last time that we were able to catch up a little bit, I kind of quizzed you on how often you guys are able to circumvent your schedules to make it possible to get back to this area and do things. And just in what I know about you guys, you're able to somewhat pick and choose what you're really passionate about to stay tied to your artistry with music. And I think that's really cool. So my point here is to say, coming back to the Triad, this area of North Carolina, it's got to be special for you guys too, because you keep finding ways to plug in and make it happen.
Yes, I mean, I think with Winston-Salem in general, that's where we're from. And, although we live in Nashville, we have our roots are in North Carolina. We always say that, and we really stand by that and love having events there. We're very intentional too about what we do. So we always do our Christmas shows at Old Home Place, which is a special venue. We love the owner, David, and his wife, Jill. Mm-hmm. And our Christmas shows have just been a hit. And we've done those for this year will be 10 years. And so we just got to brainstorming with the owner, David, about an outdoor, fest and like an all day thing with artists that we love and vendors and that kind of thing. And we just made it happen. So this is the very first one on August 8th. And it's really our only full band show that's non-Christmas that we do for the year. So every year we do at least one non-Christmas full band show. And that's the show on August 8th. So we're really, really excited about it. It's the very first one. And we're hoping it'll be like a yearly thing.
That's right.
Well, admittedly, I'm like a hermit sometimes, so please take this for what it's worth. But I am yet to make it out to Old Home Place Vineyard. For those that may be like me, tell us a little bit about the space, the venue, what they'll expect to see coming out there on August 8th.
Yeah, so it's kind of it's unassuming. You think it's going to be, it's a vineyard, so it's in the country, it's in Winston-Salem. But, you take some back roads to get there, which you're kind of sometimes, I tell people, you'll probably be like, where am I going? But the place packs out and it's like, it's a vineyard. The wine is really, really good.
It's right next to a lake and it just all opens up. There's plenty of places to walk, especially as an outdoor situation. So it's a beautiful spot.
Yeah, and they got cows as you're driving in. And I mean, it's just a really great spot right on the water, like Derek said. And this, our indoor shows there are limited with capacity. I think we can do about 250 per show. And then outside, we have the ability to host up to like 600 people. So we're really, really excited about it. People can bring their lawn chairs. I think there's some VIP tables left, maybe a few.
There are.
Yep. And those are I think those come with like a little meet and greet with Derek and I before the show and maybe a glass of wine for free.
Bang for your buck.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just a beautiful spot. I mean, the barn will probably be open for drinks and stuff, but you can buy wine there. And it's just a great place for family. I mean, kids are welcome, the whole family. So a really, really great spot. Parking's right on site. Very easy, and they have people directing that. So it's a cool vibe.
One part of it, you not only get the dries, and we have Derek and Caitlin joining us here on WSJS, but you also get to see some other acts. You guys kind of handpick some of the folks that you feel like would be a good combination to join you guys at Boots and Vines Fest. Tell me about some of these other acts that are going to be out there the same day.
Yeah, so we're really excited. Casey Tyndall is based out of Nashville as well,
Yep.
And we've written with
from
her.
The Raleigh area.
Yeah, but she's from the Raleigh area, from North Carolina. We met her years ago at a show we did here in Nashville, and we kind of fell in love with her and her whole personality, but also her music. Then she's just real and honest, and she's kind of got a rock edge. Well, not kind of, she definitely does.
Oh, yeah. It's like Lainey Wilson meets Joan Jett, I feel like.
Yeah, okay. She's very rocking, and so we've been trying to get her on a show with us in North Carolina for the last 2 years, and finally a date lined up. And so she's amazing. She's just got done opening up for Ella Langley and Meg Maroney. She's opening up for Hardy in October.
Bailey Zimmerman.
She's had cuts with Lainey Wilson, who's also one of her best friends.
Great songwriter. Yep.
And so she's just an amazing artist in general, in every way. And then we have Luke Cope, who is a buddy of ours who's local to the area, but he's got some really exciting things coming up this year. Working on new music. We actually released a song with him last year that's been doing really well on streaming and called See You in Heaven. And then we have a guy named Justin Cohen who he's kind of got that rock edge, but his voice, honestly, if you could compare it to anybody, it would be Chris Stapleton. He's just got that God-given grit,
with some soul, some R&B.
Good voice.
So good.
So we're really excited to have everybody on the lineup, and I just think everybody's going to give a little bit of something different. So
Derek and Caitlin Dry joining us here on the Daily Pulse and getting ready for Boots and Vines Fest coming up August 8th. Old Home Place Vineyard. It's at 623 McGee Road in Winston-Salem. You get out of the city part, though. You got to get out into the windy roads and see the cows and that kind of stuff. Derek, I don't want to put you too much on the spot here, but I got to know this. You got the concert going on. You're getting ready to perform. You're doing all that. You're probably trying to catch a little bit of Casey, Justin, and Luke at the same time. But then you got a hungry belly, I'm sure. And expectant to be out here is some food vendors and maybe go catch a truck. I just am curious, like State Fair or something. What's your favorite go-to? Is it like fried Oreo, or you like what do you go after?
First off, how do you know this about me? I'm such a foodie, whether it's
just figured, had a hunch.
Or Taco Bell, I don't care as long as it's just something down home. I love fair food though. I do love some fried oysters. I love a good burger.
Oh, he loves
post show. We'll be sitting in silence because we just played and
this was last night after our show here in Nashville.
I'm always just I could just use a burger.
Give me it.
Hey, he just wants a good
So we did that last night. Yep.
Well, anybody that goes hungry that day, plan to see all sorts of vendors out there. You bring your blanket, you bring your lawn chair, you bring the family, hang out, listen to music. Tickets on sale currently. What's the best way for folks to get plugged in, try to get this on their calendar for August 8th?
Yeah, honestly, you could go to thedries.com or go to Old Home Place's website, right?
Yep. Yeah, honestly, if you just search The Dries on Google or Old Home Place Vineyard, you can, I'm sure it'll pop up under our shows or their events. But yeah, it's definitely on both of our websites, and it's pretty easy or just go to our social media on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, and we posted about it, so you can find the link.
Or bug me personally. I'll send you a link as long as you buy me a burger.
I love it. That's a beautiful thing. Well, Caitlin, Derek, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us again here today, and looking forward to having you guys back to town. It's always a pleasure to welcome you guys back.
Yes, awesome. Well, we hope to see everybody, and it's going to be a great first show there.
Yeah, appreciate your time, brother.
Yeah, thanks to Caitlin and Derek for hanging with us again. Excited to be able to get outside this fall to some venues like that and just hang. It's a great time of the year to do that. We'll take our break here now. Coming back, these folks are not outside. I don't know a ton about them. I just know, well, we're going to have to get our nerd on, maybe. Back on the Daily Pulse on WSJS.
The Fray Summer of Light Tour, Friday night, August 7th, Skyla Credit Union Amphitheater, Charlotte. They'll light up the stage with special guests, Dashboard Confessional and Colony House. WSJS has your tickets. Enter online at WSJS.com. The Fray, Dashboard Confessional, Colony House. A summer night you won't forget. From Live Nation and WSJS.com.
This hour of conversation is brought to you in part by Crossroads Ford in Kernersville, the Ford store that gives you more, just off I-40 on Highway 66.
Drive it, love it.
CrossroadsFordKernersville.com.
Between school projects, after-school activities, and dreaming big dreams, young minds are hard at work preparing for tomorrow. But who helps them navigate life's challenges? At Junior Achievement of the Triad, they empower students with the skills they need to shape their futures. Because every child deserves a chance to succeed, not just by chance, but by choice. Junior Achievement of the Triad, inspiring success, one student at a time. Discover more at triad.ja.org.
Thanks to your support, the nonprofits VetTix and First Tix have given away tens of millions of tickets and counting to America's heroes. Got extra tickets to concerts, games, or special events? Or want to see if you qualify? Go to vettix.org and firsttix.org today.
Sweetie, come here. Don't worry. I see a lot of patients with the exact same thing.
Ever since the ice skating rink went in next door?
Or is it more than
Dr. Clark's business is heating up.
So many patients need my help. How will I find time to see all of them?
They need to hire a scheduler, stat.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The jungle is open. The clones are ready.
My beef is with those breeders who let their kids ruin the restaurant experience whilst the waitstaff does their best to dodge these kamikaze kiddos. Their responsible adults dine as if nothing is wrong.
Enter the jungle. Earn your clone status.
And I was always one of those parents, whenever our kids started to get out of hand, I would just trip.
Every day brings a new rivalry. The Jim Rome Show. Tonight at 8 on WSJS.
The Triad's heartbeat every day. This is the Daily Pulse with Stephen Back.
We are back here on the Daily Pulse. Also, want to give you a little special invite. Don't forget about me over the weekend. I'll be back here with you tomorrow morning, 9 to 11 on Waking Up Raoult. Hope you will join us then. And always, actually, let me mention this too, WSJS.com. You can catch our podcast. So if you've missed anything, go and give that a listen as well. Fall sports, I think, is an awesome opportunity for your kids to jump in, get involved. You can do that at the YMCA. There's 13 branches as part of the YMCA of Northwest North Carolina. They have soccer, flag football, volleyball, just to name a few, going on there this fall. And there's a place for every young athlete. Give them an opportunity to learn new skills, build confidence, and have fun. So get out, register your kids for Y Fall Sports for an exciting season of teamwork and growth. You can do that today on their website, ymcanwnc.org. I got a quick little blurb. I said, yep, man, missed out on getting out to San Diego this time. I admittedly am a bit of a nerd, so that's why I can say we got to talk nerdism for just a second. My nerdity, is that a word? Yes, nerdity, yes, is really around video games, I guess. That's what I grew up doing a lot of. Admittedly, in my adulthood with kids, work, life, all the things, I don't really do that a whole lot anymore. But man, Atari back in the day, used to play some of that. Got into PlayStations and did that. Yeah, it's cool. I like it. I love it. Well, Comic-Con is one side of it, though, that I never did tap into, honestly. And they're saying Comic-Con International 2026 kicked off for the next 4 days in San Diego. They are expecting more than 135,000 people through this weekend on Sunday. Little gig that started back in the 70s. 100 comic book fans at that time in a hotel basement kind of got all this started. I just have an inkling here, Christian, you would have been one of those 100 without a doubt.
Oh, absolutely. I would have been there.
So Comic-Con, please speak it to us, because I've never been, haven't spent tons of time in the Marvel galaxies and comic book worlds of things. This is what I envision to be exhibitors, people doing some dress up and just talking all things comics.
Yeah, like you said, we've only got about 60 seconds to do this, so I'll do it really quick. Yeah, exhibitors with all kinds of comics from different ages, gold, silver, bronze, all the different types that you can kind of think of, from superheroes to westerns to mystery to independents, actually, as well as you got costume characters, which is cosplay from, superheroes to Star Wars characters to just
it's
anything.
A fest.
Yes,
yeah,
it's a festival.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna bet just real big here that they don't play many fall sports, these folks from the YMCA, but maybe they should do a little bit of that. No, this is what I would say as a closing on the Comic-Con Fest of 2026. I love that there is a festival for all things and everything. This is probably the biggest thing about it, though. Marvel and DC Studios, they say, are returning this year. They had skipped last year's convention, so I'm sure there's a ton of people really excited about that. Great show coming up tomorrow, 9 to 11, Waking Up Prowl. Don't want you at all to miss out on that. We will actually get into quite a bit of what I feel more comfortable talking, and that is sports, although I am going to have to carry this over. You don't want to forget, ranch dressing is now officially liquid. That was questionable when it came to TSA regulations, and then worried about the World Cup international folks that came here, found out the delicacy that is ranch dressing and whether or not it would be allowable to go out on a plane when they left here. So I'm just going to say, officially confirmed, ranch dressing liquid. I'll tell you how that is coming up tomorrow. For those that, well, sadly, you'll miss out and you won't be with us, we'll be back on Monday at 9 here back on the Daily Pulse for you. And until then, stay right where you are. Great lineups ahead here on WSJS.